Welcome back to the Daily Dose. My name is Robert. By now, you know Cindy, the costumed one in the Disney run. She is sharing with us, you may have heard at our last episode, how the community can lift each other up. A marathon or any running race can be a microcosm for life. There's going to be pain. We're going to go through struggle. And, when we're isolated in that struggle, the pain becomes more acute. When we can affect each other positively, we can accomplish way more than we thought we could and open ourselves up to discovery. Wait a minute. You mean I might actually like this thing? I mean, you like this thing now. Talk about where you're at. I mean, what's the growth been like?
It's really interesting, and you hit on it on so many different levels, and there's a lot of deep levels in what you just shared. One of the things that we just talked about was, the can-do attitude. First of all, you have to believe in yourself, and then when you have the encouragement of others, and also the visual sight of other costumes or other people, that also kind of pushes you with your go. But if you also take a moment while you're on the course, just like you and your dad, you really also have to put yourself in the place of the runners around you. And my push to go is, I also saw, after I attempted my first dopey and I got it done, that when I took the time to really notice the people around me, there was many reasons, or there were many people and runners running for a cause. I was doing it just to see if I could get it done, but they were doing it for a greater purpose. And that was to honor maybe a loved one who had passed, conquering cancer themselves, making an experience or memory with their father while they're pushing them along. So when you really kind of take yourself and put yourself in the place of runners around you, but also kind of dig deep in your own soul as to, keeping yourself going. There's many things that can really, really, really encourage you in a different way than just running a 5K, a 10K, a half, and even a full.
Yeah, there's a real dichotomy between, those who are out there, and God bless them for doing it. This is their why, for say a personal best, that are very, isolated or insulated in terms of their body mechanics and the race conditions. Nothing wrong with that. However, having done that, my first half, I was running more for time. This is, 10 years ago myself too, versus running now with that open-hearted experience like you're talking about, for something other than me, changes the landscape of what's about it. To me, it's like hearing a single instrument versus hearing an orchestra. That's
Absolutely.
what it feels like.
Absolutely. I was so empowered when I was, again, I'm talking about the dopey. Run Disney has different races throughout the year. Majority of all the Run Disney races consist of 3 races: a 5K, a 10K, a half. And when you blend the 10K and the half together, they call that a challenge. But in January, Walt Disney World is the only race in January that they have for marathon weekend where they incorporate a full marathon. And if you do all 4, the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the full, you're considered a dopey. And some of us are proud to be called a dopey. I have to say, I'm like a 6-time dopey. I'm pretty proud of that. But when you really kind of put yourself out there for that many races, it's 48.6 miles, that my second dopey, I really took the time to seek out a charity to do it for a cause. And for 5 years, the following 5 races, I did it for a cause. And when you're doing it for either a personal celebration of somebody that you love, or a charity that you're raising money for, or a cause, there's a sense of responsibility outside of yourself. So I did the first dopey for me just to see if I could do it. But I love doing the following dopies for others because it gave it a whole different purpose, both personally, but it also put me in their situation. Like, if they could go through this, I can get this done because their pain was greater than mine.
Right.
So that was amazing.
Yeah, to positively associate with others, particularly in times of struggle, and letting them know that they're seen, they're heard, and that they themselves are inspirational. It was very much my dad's experience. He was blown away at the number of people who came up time and again, gave him a little pat and said, this is awesome. You guys are inspirational. He didn't expect that. When he started clapping and the crowd was crazy, you know, that again took him from a place of does this matter, who cares, to oh my gosh, this is big. We got another big thing I got to hit, and we're at 5 minutes right now, but hold on, we'll be back to the next Daily Dose.
All right.